Something I didn't film, but I'm very pleased with, is a full rebuild of the front end of this Honda Cub 90, as well as sprockets and chain. The reason I didn't film it is because a chum came over and we just gorged on mince pies, and you can never tell whether a chum wants to be inside the internet or not, so I didn't film it. But my goodness me, the difference is so profound. I used to come up to corners slower than this, and it would feel like the front end was going to tuck in and under, sort of compress and tuck under, and then start washing out understeer, basically frightening understeer at 30 miles an hour. It's totally transformed. I can explain or show you in another video where the bushes go and how to do them. The biggest struggle was pulling the old shocks out. I've also put YSS shocks on the front, and it is absolutely transformative. I'm on my way to Devizes to get some fuel, and once I've got the fuel, we're going to go to Pewsey Vale for a special winter tinned biscuit edition, which I know is not a basic, but I was gifted them by an extremely private friend who I've done an artist impression of at night from behind, and he gave me these biscuits and another tin of biscuits. He's got a fixation with IKEA, and particularly the broken escalator in the Bristol IKEA, but he managed to pull himself away from that and come to our house over Christmas, so thank you, mystery friend. In Beaver we thrust. You'll notice another modification that I've made to this Honda Cub is mitts. When I rode to Land's End on my Super Cub 125, my hands got so cold, and I thought I've got to do something about this, and mitts are the sort of cheapest explorative way to warm my hands, and so far they seem really good. These are Oxford, I think they're neoprene ones. You can reach everything, brake levers and drizzlers for the lights and stuff, and I haven't got cold hands yet, so that is good. We're wending our way up to the back of Ramway Hill via Headington. Really snotted up muddy road. This is an old, well, working actually, dairy. See, this is the thing that makes me wonder whether a bigger engine would be cool. Just that bogging in second. It's not dead, but it's sort of weak. But then again, a 90cc engine should be. And a few of the comments have centred around, oh, well, you're using it wrong. You're using it wrong. Did you see that guy smiling? That's the sort of positive response you get. You're using it wrong. A Honda Cub is not for going off-road. A Honda Cub is for just nipping to the next town. It's not for this sort of behaviour. Firstly, I'll decide. Secondly, if anyone wants to make me an offer of an incredible amount of cash to buy this bike off of me and save it from the terrible plight I subject it to, please, 10 grand and over, it's yours. And also, I think the joy of the Honda Cub 90, particularly off-road or in stickier situations than it was designed for, is that it is so robust. It's such a cockroach. It's just enough to get through almost anything, as proven by the extremely attractive Ed March, who rode around the world on a Honda Cub. So, for people to say that I'm using it wrong, essentially get having reconditioned everything, it's so significantly improved, and it also lets me lean on the tyres that much more. Not that I'm throwing it around like a Ricky Carmichael or someone, but you know what I mean. Look how capable this little motorbike is. Even if I'm using it wrong, it still feels fun. Send. Yes. Mud. Almost came off, doesn't matter. Look at this. Just drizzling along. It's doing it. Huzzah. What an absolutely lovely fun thing. This is probably the best thing I've bought this year, apart from maybe airfare to America. Airfare to America actually. Second best thing I bought this year. The best thing I've been given this year, I'm going to show you in a minute when we're getting into the tin of biscs. But look at this, really slimy mud, puddly bits, and also anyone that thinks that I think I'm a serious off-roader, you need to get your head checked. I'm riding around very simple little green lanes in Wiltshire on a little motorbike. I know that I'm not an adventure motorcyclist, I know that I'm not an off-roader. I'm just dicking about. So if that sort of video's not, oh yeah, your bag, just stop watching. Or go and buy one. Go and buy one, ride it yourself and find out if they're crap or not. You might like it. I hope everyone had a nice Christmas and is looking forward to a nice 2023. Wow. Top box is still in one piece. Yeah, it would be easy to let the world, and sometimes it does to me, just absolutely crush your bloody spirit. And I hate it when that happens, but this is a good thing because all it's done is basically make me go out and have fun, and in recording it and sharing it with people that seem to like it, I'm also having fun. I can go inside the internet, and the website that's got YouTube in gives you a load of graphs, and on those graphs it'll show you some lines. And on the lines, I was always told, I'm extensively educated if you can't tell, that if there's a graph that looks like a mole that's been crawling along the ground for a bit and then has lifted its nose in the air, that's good. And the sharper the angle of the mole's nose, the more good is happening. And actually the angle of the mole's nose on the graphs that YouTube's been doing about my videos seems to be quite sort of rampant. So for anyone that's going around and looking at those, thank you very much. Over 200 subscribers, 200 people await the next video with bated breath. Fantastic. Anyway, we're almost at the petrol collecting place, petrol station. I'll get some petrol and then we'll drizzle off to Pewsey Vale and have a Christmas look at something in a tin. The last time I came up here was a very long time ago. I think I was probably 18, I was 18 years old, and I'd just bought a laser green 205 GTI 1.6. My friend Max and I came up here and just absolutely tore the snot out of it, and it was just a nice time, but I don't really remember what it's like, so we're going to do an explore and then we're going to find out some things about some winter things. The main reason I'm coming up here, oh Christ, is that my mum said I might like it. Cheers, Mum. This lay-by was populated for some time during COVID by quite a significant community of van dwellers, bus dwellers, ambulance dwellers, trailer dwellers, gypsy caravan dwellers. And the farmer was really amusing. He got as much, I think it was human-based fertilizer as he could. Comes in white sacks. And it was all dumped right next to the fence line along which the van dwelling people were living. Quite a few of them left, but some of them were stubborn. That said, as you saw just there, there are no van dwellers now, so they've obviously gone indoors or home for Christmas or something. Of course, leather sofa. So there's a cream leather sofa up here if anyone's looking for one. The front end rebuild on this it's made such a profound difference. That's not to say that I've made some sort of bloody motocross bike. It's just to say that it is so much more controllable on the front end. There's actual shock absorption going on, and there's just, you can do a lot more steering before it feels floppy and vague and like you're going to fall off. So I'm pleased with that. There you can see there's a sarsen stone, which is what both Stonehenge and Avebury are made of. Also Wet Kenneth Longmarrow, or West Kennet Longbarrow, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Windily, and welcome to another special biscuit review with me, Fred Hope. It's the perineum of the year between the front piece, which is Christmas, and the rear piece, which is New Year. It's actually New Year's Eve, but it's early-ish in the day, so I haven't had to start drinking yet. By a very mysterious friend, I've been given some Christmas bisques. And I'm going to open the tin of Christmas bisques with the nicest thing I've been given all year, which is the penknife of the husband of my dead friend in America. It's a beautiful, tiny, weeny little knife with a horn handle, 2 little blades, and I just needed it to pick the tape open there. So, I'm going to pop that in. These are Vintersaga biscuits. It says Vintersaga is a serene shelter from the winter cold. They're ginger thins, they come from IKEA. Sweden, of course. I'm just going to check the camera's still rolling. Sweden, of course, the place where you're not allowed to complain about it being cold when it is. A place where you have to apply for a license to paint your house. And what were some of the other weird laws? You can't sell a flag if it's been painted. You can't take pictures of Swedish currency. Anyway, the tin, regardless of how the biscuits are, will form a drum and will also be full of crap in the garage. So I'm going to test them on scent, snap, how they are dry and how they dip into tea. I hope everyone's been eating and overeating well through the Christmas period. But of course, before we get to the bisques themselves, we must pour our cup of tea, and we know that it's considered extremely salubrious to pour from a height, so oh yeah. And of course, if there's any splashback, the biscuits are well protected inside their tin. They're also well suited for extreme off-roading, which suits me down to the ground, as I had to do some pretty extreme off-roading to get here. Okay, so the nicest thing I've been given is the penknife. The nicest thing I bought was probably the airfare to America. The second nicest thing I bought has been this Honda Cub, but anyway, the scent, I'm going to huff out of the tin to get the real... Holy Christ. If someone sees me. They smell clovey, cinnamony, brown sugary. They smell of Christmas. That's it. They smell of Christmas. So thank you, mysterious friend with a fixation for the escalator in IKEA. These look very nice. They're thin, so I've got a slack handful, what we call a slack handful. So the scent was one of Christmas. No butter though, just sweet and spicy. The snap. Delicate but crisp, I would say. Delicate but crisp. I'm going to put both halves of that heart in at once. Wow. Salty to begin with. The salt just grows throughout. They're salty. Sugar then spice. Yeah, sugar then spice. Salt, sugar, spice. They're not fatty. They don't coat your tongue like a fatty biscuit like shortbread or anything. But they're bloody nice. I'll eat another one dry. They're so crunchy. Hyper crunchy. It's actually quite a beautiful day despite the weather. Right, I'm going to put 2 hearts back to back and dip them at the same time. And while I do that, 3, 2, 1, they're crisp, but they strike me as somewhat fragile. Raindrops are making the tin into a drum. Wow. That's really peculiar. The tea makes them almost savoury to start with. The salt is up, a little bitterness from the tea. The spice is dialed back and the sugar's dialed back. Ah, let's try again. Oh no, the spice comes about 10 seconds later. Back to back hearts again. 3-second dip. So if you get some of these, 3-second dip, no more. 1, 2, 3. Quite a good drip down. Clearly they're porous and permeable. Lovely contrast between soft, dipped, slightly more savoury biscuit And they are very soft. They go away to sort of Christmas soup. And of course, the infinitely crisp stump or butt of the biscuit. Vintersaga biscuits are great. If you can get hold of them, get hold of them. If you get given them as a gift, incredible. Who are they for? They're for me. They're for people that you want to give a gift. I really like the person that gave these to me, and I'm pleased that they were thoughtful enough. I mean, perhaps they were just in IKEA because they're fixated, but I would be really pleased to receive those, and I bet they're not very expensive coming from IKEA. So they're for people you love and respect. They're really good for having around, and also if you do a lot of stuff in the garage with mates or whatever, or you know you're going to have people round to the house with kids or something, I know those would disappear. I'm going to film a bit of bonus footage where I'm going to add some really strong cheddar from Devizes Market to these, because I think that would just be... But apart from that, I just have to say thank you very much for anyone that's watched these videos and anyone that's chosen to subscribe. I'm only making them to amuse myself, but clearly there are some people inside the internet that like them. Here's an offer for you. At some point, I don't want to make it a clout chasing thing. At some point, when these videos have really started taking off, I will eat a custard cream. Beyond that point, I will consider eating a bourbon. And if things go really well this year, 2023, I will eat an Oreo on camera. Those are the three foulest biscuits I can think of, and if you want to see me eat them, I will do it. I've just got to decide when the time is right. So thank you very much. Anyone that thinks I'm taking these videos really seriously, the fixing stuff videos I do take seriously, but these are just a bit of fun, and a Honda Cub is really fun. So if you want one, go and buy one. Buy two. Buy one and one for a friend. Buy one that's broken and fix it if you're strapped for cash or want to learn how to do it. And just thank you very much, and I hope your 2023 is good, because it would be very easy for the world to get on top of you and make you feel fully demoralised. But there's no need. There's probably just about enough fun stuff left in the world to keep you happy for another year. Anyway, push it to the limit, because that's what I'm about to do. Love and respect, and eat some biscuits, because you'll be dead one day and it won't have mattered. As we prepare to leave this beautiful wooded area in the Vale of Pewsey near to Westwoods, I was just thinking that I've seen two groups of people on proper, serious extreme motor cross, or whatever you call them, trail machine, both 4-stroke and 125, sorry, 4-stroke and 2-stroke, idiot. They will have cost maybe an order of magnitude more than this, and I just wonder whether they're having an order of magnitude more fun than I am on this stupid little motorbike that a lot of people think shouldn't even be here. It should just be on the road to the nearest town, and that's it. It's been amazing fun. Look at this. You don't have to be going stupendously fast. It's just being outside and pottering and basically being a kid, just with an engine. And I really, really like it. And I think if you're watching these videos and questioning whether you too would like it, I think the answer is probably yes, even if you've got bigger bikes. Faster bikes, more capable bikes, more expensive bikes, newer bikes. One of these little guys will do it. And it's a huge amount of fun. Just gonna skid to a stop for a sec. Microphone's getting in my mouth. A bit better. Anyway, second gear. Let's go for first. Yeah, it's just an incredible amount of fun. So for those that have watched this year, thank you very much. Spread the word. And if enough people find these videos, I will eat in this order a custard cream, then a bourbon, and even an Oreo, with explanations as to why I have issues around each one. One concerns religion, one concerns soil, and the other is just an enormous problem through and through. Anyway, I'm off home where I will apply some cheese to one of those ginger thins. I'm just on top of the world, and I hope you are too, and if you're not, go and do whatever makes you feel that way, because one day you'll be dead and you'll be cross if you didn't do enough of it. Cheers, chums. Okay, bonus footage. Here are the Vintersaga. How have they survived some extreme off-roading getting home? Perfectly. Very tough off-roading biscuit. This is that extremely beautiful penknife I was given this year. And I absolutely love the little thing, so I'm going to use that for cutting the cheese. This is Barber's 1833 original recipe cheddar. Go to Devices Market and there's a bloke there that sells it. He's incredulous, he can't believe it actually tastes nice. So much so he says, I even eat it at home. Okay, cheese carving, done. Grab your Vintersaga, grab your piece of extremely overpowered cheddar, which smells of overpowered cheddar, and put the whole thing in. Very good. The taste goes on forever, like the sharpness of the cheddar keeps going. My salivary glands have gone mental. Sweet, spice, cheese flavour, sharpness at the end from cheddar. It's mint. Get some Vintersaga, get some strong cheddar, and kick the year off in the way that you would like to see it go for the rest of the time by eating cheese and biscuits. They're extremely loud, to the point where you might need a megaphone to speak over someone eating these. Third one. You never know how cold it's going to get, so it's always good to build up your fat reserves, isn't it? Cheers, man.